you ready to see the world? Excellent. Welcome aboard to the border-free education of the College of International Hospitality and Tourism Management, SITEM. Our degree programs in Hospitality Management and Tourism Management have been granted PASCO Level 3 by the Federation Accrediting Agencies of the Philippines, while our Certificate in Culinary Arts has been recognized by Technical Educational Skills and Development Authority, or TESDA. Given the current education landscape, we in SITEM have been thinking outside the box, which means we are thinking of new innovative and creative approaches imbued with Lasallian values to provide our students with relevant education anytime, anywhere, especially in these challenging and unprecedented times. Is this really possible?
Absolutely. We are equipped to make it happen. The Hospitality Management Program is designed to develop young professionals who are strong advocates of quality and genuine service, ready to face the new normal in hospitality and tourism industry. Now, through the use of Canvas learning management system, teaching and learning happens virtually by connecting all the digital tools in one platform. Our students experience highly engaging video demonstrations and simulations in food and beverage, rooms division, kitchen essentials, and more, exclusively and skillfully prepared by our faculty members. Is it possible to plan a trip to a domestic or international destination without physically traveling? Yes, it is possible. Mindful of the dynamic landscape within which the tourism and the hospitality sectors operate, our tourism management program is framed with an innovative online curriculum designed to provide virtual experiential education. For instance, the students don't have to physically travel anywhere to explore and learn about cultural heritage sites, ecotourism destinations, and others through remote tours. Is it also possible for our students to learn culinary arts online?
Definitely, it is possible. For culinary arts, we will not focus only on virtual cooking lessons, but also on how to transfer basic culinary knowledge and skills to what is viable and readily available at home, like planting and harvesting them, then whip it up to something gourmet. Or for students, coming up with food business ideas with any accessible indigenous ingredients.
Turn your passion into profession. Realize your dreams and explore the world.
Enroll in SITEM programs and definitely you'll go places.
A pleasant afternoon, everyone! We would like to welcome you all to the De La Lipa Tourism Interactive Conference Talk, or DLSL TikTok 2021, with the theme To Recovery and Beyond. We are encouraging everyone to use our event's official hashtag DLSL TikTok 2021, on your social media posts, stories, or tweets.
That sounds fun, Renee. Well, today's topic is focused on safeguarding the future of the tourism and hospitality industry by empowering Gen Z with essential skills for career building. I am Andrea,
And I am Renee, your
your
hosts for
host
this
for
event.
this event. I hope you guys are excited as much as we are to be part of this event. And we hope that we enrich ourselves with the knowledge and motivation on becoming a well rounded tourism and hospitality industry professional.
So sit back, have your eyes and ears on the screen, and enjoy this ride with us. Now, let us welcome our MICE class internal executive head, Miss Michaela Zara, for an invocation.
Let us put ourselves in the most holy presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Almighty and ever loving God, we praise and thank you for this day. We come to you this moment asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this Tourism Interactive Conference. We humbly ask you to bless our speaker so that he may share the most of his knowledge to all the participants gathered virtually today. May you also grant us the ability to absorb everything that we may learn from this conference and use it as a tool to navigate our career towards the direction of success. We pray that you guide all the working committees in charge so that they may be able to fulfill their responsibilities effectively. May you also give the participants a desire to engage in the activities and discussions prepared for them. Continue to remind us that all that we do today, all that we accomplish, is for the greater glory of you. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Let us all pray the silent prayer. I will continue, my God, to do all my actions for the love of you. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
As a sign of respect, let us all stand straight and put our right hand on our left chest as we sing our national anthem.
To formally start our session, I would like to present to you our very own Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Tessie Palma, for her welcome remarks.
A wonderful day to everyone. We are blessed with the virtual presence of our academic administrators, the Sallian partners and students, our guest speaker, and attendees. I welcome you to our virtual conference today on TikTok, or the DLSL Tourism Interactive Conference Talk, with the theme Tour Recovery and Beyond. It is our great pleasure that you are all virtually joining us today. COVID-19 pandemic heavily impacted tourism. According to an online article in Business World, in 2019, before the pandemic wreaked havoc on the travel and tourism industry, the Philippines welcomed around 8.2 million tourists, while in terms of employment, the said industry directly employed around 1.3 million Filipinos. So far, COVID-19 pandemic has almost paralyzed the tourism industry for 15 months now and accumulated losses in the industry, as well as losses in our economy. The recovery of the tourism sector by revitalizing tourism activities has been one of the primary concerns of the government. There have been efforts to introduce innovative ways to restart tourism activities in the new normal. Today's event, dubbed as TikTok, will serve as a good platform for our students to be informed and abreast of how the Generation Z can be empowered to help in the recovery of our tourism industry. I hope that our students who are attending this virtual conference will consider this not only as a learning opportunity, but also as an opportunity to be informed of how you can support the Philippine tourism's recovery. I congratulate the MICE class that organized this online event. The purpose of this activity is highly relevant to what the tourism industry is going through right now. Congratulations also to Chef Patrick Maravilla, the professor handling the class, and to the whole SITEM team. I hope everyone will have a fruitful learning experience. Thank you, and once again, a great day to all of you.
That warm welcome from our very own Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academics just raised my spirits and inspired me to focus more on today's interactive conference. Andrea, do you feel the same way as me?
Definitely, Renee. I bet our participants also feel the same way. Today, we ask that you be open to the session, to think critically, share your thoughts, opinions, and insights during our breakout session.
Indeed. Now I present to you our Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Isel Torino, for her remarks on the occasion.
There are always two sides of the coin, but we did not toss it to create an outcome. At the onset, we can already choose to decide. The silent partners, students, and guests, good to see you here. This afternoon, the College of International Hospitality and Tourism Management once again facilitates its mission of engaging students and stakeholders alike in a conversation through this DLSL Tourism Interactive Conference, or TikTok 2021, with theme To Recovery and Beyond. Thumbs up for the concept. This initiative, as spearheaded by our third year tourism students, highlights the response to the challenges faced by our tourism and hospitality industry by emphasizing the role of the Gen Zs in rebuilding and revitalizing this sector. I was regularly attending the quarterly Regional Statistics Committee meeting, with reports being presented by various government agencies specific to Calabar Zone statistics. It was emphasized in one of the presentations by the Department of Tourism that there was a big drop in terms of tourist arrivals from the first to the second quarter by 99.9%, with slight increase in the fourth quarter coming from domestic clients. What was interesting to know was that among the 5 provinces here in Calabar Zone, it was Rizal which tops the list as the Calabar Zone tourist destination for 2020. Then again, on the not so good figures, are the numbers of shut down establishments and retrenched employees, especially in Laguna and Cavite. This alone tells us the grim state of the industry. And so it will be quite interesting to explore what the Gen Zs can do to help the industry get back on its feet. And I'm quite happy to know this conscious response from you, our students, as this shows your intrinsic desire to be social innovators and positive change makers. As one song says, it only takes a spark to make a fire going. Further, this initiative tells me what side of the coin you've opted, the positive side, and that is a proactive approach to contribute to the solution of a real world problem. Basically, you're doing your own capstone, as this is a concrete example of a community based action project using strategically themed objectives through a network of environments. We now see students who are enabled, now engaging, and hopefully empowered to own the strategic direction of Dala Salipa. What comes next is how to sustain and possibly make an impact so that this initiative becomes more meaningful, where advocacies can be created, thus rekindling the Lasallian spirit in each one of you. So, my dear students, keep the animal alive, and once again, good afternoon.
Truly, our event this afternoon is important, most especially for the future tourism and hospitality professionals to become more informed and proactive, to be more positive, and to instill in their minds the endless possibilities that our industry can offer.
You're right about that, Renee. And to give us an inspirational message, here is Dr. Erickson Martinez, DLSL Chief Executive Officer, on behalf of Brother Dante Amisola FSC, President and Chancellor of De La Salipa.
Greetings to our BS Tourism and Hospitality students, senior high school students, the silent partners and guests. I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to all of you for taking time to e-meet with us this afternoon. Thank you to the creative leaders who painstakingly work behind the scenes to make this learning session come to fruition. I am delighted to see eager participants who are ready to acquire new knowledge and share ideas through this initiative. The DLSL Tourism Interactive Conference Talk, or DLSL TikTok 2021 theme to recovery and beyond, is a very timely occasion, especially now that we're beginning to find more ways to recuperate from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, particularly the tourism and hospitality sector. In a report by BWC in the first quarter of 2020, international tourist arrival decreased by 22% globally, with a loss of $80 billion in global tourism receipts. 97 destinations have fully or partially closed their borders for tourists. 65 destinations have suspended international flights, partially or totally, and 39 destinations banned arrivals from other countries. Suffice to say, these circumstances affected not only the said sector, but also the rest of us. The world has gone through with one of the most, if not the most, devastating times in the modern history in the 21st century era. As you see, tourism is not just about attracting foreigners or encouraging domestic travel. It plays an important role in creating thousands of jobs, stimulating domestic trade, and developing infrastructure. Most importantly, it plants a sense of cultural exchange between foreign visitors and locals. As such, it is timely that we convene in this pressing issue, and as you, our Lasallian youth, pave the way towards recovery from this turmoil, know that we at De La Salipa are with you in the same journey. We may not yet see each other in person, but through events like this and with border-free education in place, rest assured that we remain connected and continually engage with each other. As we focus on recovery in this aftermath of the virus, we hope to plant a seed of hope to everyone. Despite the current situation, there is still so many things to look forward for the industry. We just need to work together to plan and create sustainable undertakings that assure safe and sustainable tourism and hospitality ventures in the current normal. Though it may feel as if your chosen track right now is beleaguered, rest assured that there are still endless possibilities that this industry can take on. We are confident that the tourism industry will once again rise with everyone's collective efforts, paving the complete path to recovery that is even better than ever. After all, when everything settles, people who have been long afflicted with cabin fever due to isolations and restrictions will now be ready to explore, face new adventures, and reacquaint themselves with the world. And you, with your abilities and competencies, will be the frontliners servicing these needs. Speaking of which, I invite you to begin this journey with your fellow Lasallians, interact, engage, and continue to learn. Thank you, and I wish you all a great day.
Such touching and heartwarming words those are. Thank you so much for that, Brother Dr. Martinez. We will definitely remember your words and put them in our hearts.
With all the videos that we have watched, I think you can agree with me that it just heightened our excitement and anticipation. Right, Claude?
Indeed, now because of that, shall I test your interest and memory for this event, Andrea?
Of course. Shall I hear about that test now?
Sure. So my question is, what topic is our event focused on today?
Claude, our event topic is focused on safeguarding the future of the tourism and hospitality industry by empowering Gen Z with essential skills for career building.
Yes. Now for quick trivia, other terms used to address those who belong in the Generation Z are Zoomers and digital natives.
Impressive. And in addition to that, our generation has piqued the world's attention for being diverse, pragmatic at very young ages, and politically progressive among other characteristics. With this, people are expecting a bright future for us. However, the situation has changed now that we are faced by unprecedented event called COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, and it affected the bright future that we all have been looking forward to. It opened a new door but introduced us to many uncertainties.
Spot on, Claude. And with this issue on hand, this event is very relevant on how the Generation Z can help themselves or seek help from other people so they can be empowered and more adaptable future industry professionals.
Yes, thank you so much, Andrea. Now, to give you an idea of what our event is all about, we prepared this interactive conference talk with the aim of helping Generation Z to be informed on how we can hone our skills and develop our potentials to be future key figures in our ever-changing and dynamic industry.
You know what, Claude? You're right. So now, may I request everyone to focus on your screens and watch our events overview informative video with us.
Mabuhay! Good afternoon, our dear virtual participants. Welcome to Della Lipa Tourism Interactive Conference Talk, or DLSL TikTok 2021. But before we head on our tour, I would like to introduce first myself. I am who wanna knows everything and share it with you guys as your tour guide for today's event. For our rules and regulations, first, inappropriate and unnecessary behavior is strictly prohibited during the event. Second, we highly encourage everyone to participate and follow the instructions given to you by your facilitators. Third, always stay with your group. If you have any questions or clarifications, please do not hesitate to call my attention. Is that clear, my dear participants? All right, I bet those are clear and you are all ready for today's event. Fasten your seatbelt, sit back, and relax as we explore the importance of this event and apply the learnings that we will be acquiring from this webinar. And for our first stop is the highlights and benefits that will be discussed to you by my co-tour guide, Ella. Let's go, Ella.
Let me present to you the highlights of this event. Did you know that this event is the first ever DLSL Tourism Interactive Conference Talk? Bet you don't know that. This event will assist the Gen Z participants to understand their role in rebuilding the future of the tourism and hospitality industry. Today's event has two parts. The breakout session in which all of you, my dear participants, will enjoy interacting and collaborating using the latest interactive tools such as quizzes, Mentimeter, and virtual exchange. The second part is the plenary session in which our invited speaker will deliver an informative talk. Want to know more about that special speaker? Well, for your information, the student organizers have invited one of the most in-demand speakers at present time. He is a certified webinar speaker and known as the Pambansang Inspirasyon. Feeling more excited now? I'm sure you all do.
That is right, Ella. I can't wait for the highlight of this event. And for our second stop, here is my co-tour guide Renee to familiarize you with the importance of this event. Come on, Renee!
I'm sure that most of us are aware that the coronavirus pandemic has brought significant impacts not just in our industry, but to other industries as well. But with this event, we can definitely obtain essential skills such as adaptability and leadership, as well as additional knowledge that we can use in the future. With the theme TOURecovery and Beyond, I bet you, our dear virtual tourists, will be enthusiastic since it emphasizes the vital role of tourism and hospitality students from Gen Z, as they will play a significant role in rebuilding and revitalizing our industry's future.
That is right, Renee. Definitely, this event will become a remarkable one. And for our third stop, we are going to explore the role of the Generation Z in the tourism and hospitality industry with the help of our co-tour guide, Shireen. Hop on, Shireen.
Do you know any idea about Gen Z? Don't worry, because I'll give some background information. Gen Z is also known as Zoomers, iGen, or Centennials. They refer to the generation that was born between 1997 to 2012 following the millennials. But are you part of the Gen Z group? I'm sure you do. Have you heard that Gen Z is described as conscientious, hardworking, and mindful of their future? Yes, you heard it right, they are mindful of their future. Since most of us here are part of Gen Z, I'll bet you relate yourself to this event because our special guest speaker will tackle and highlight about safeguarding the future of the tourism and hospitality industry by empowering Gen Z with essential skills for career building.
I definitely agree with you, Shireen. I hope the Generation Z will become the tool in advancing recovery in tourism and hospitality industry. And to end this tour, here is my co-tour guide, Eunice. Come on, Eunice.
We're going to be pulling up on our event in just a few minutes. Please sit back and enjoy the view on your screen. I ask that you remain on your seats until we have come to a complete stop. But first, we will be stopping on our first destination, which is the breakout session. Brace yourself to interact with your group mates. After that, we will be going to our final destination where Mr. Lloyd will be meeting us to give motivation and the latest updates about the tourism and hospitality industry. Please double check your internet connection to make sure that you can be able to watch his valuable talk. On behalf of Juana Tours, Have a meaningful day as you enjoy listening to the discussion of our speakers.
Well, that pretty much sums up what's gonna happen in today's interactive conference. So, don't forget to share us your insights, opinions through the live chat section rather located on your right.
Yes, Renee. And this isn't me being biased, but it's a very fresh concept, and I am confident that our participants will have fun while also learning new knowledge.
Indeed, Andrea. Moving on, here is another video showcasing some clues about our speaker for today's event. I think you have an idea already. Well, try guessing with us with this video teaser.
So, how was the video, everyone? Are you confident with your guesses right now? If you are, you may send them through the comment section located on your right.
Okay, we are now going to check the comment section. And by the way, as of now, our participants are in their respective groups having their breakout session, Andrea.
Yes, you're right, Renee. Okay.
Yes.
I can see the comment of Celses Romero.
Yes, he loves it. He loves our event for today.
Yes.
Thank you, Celses.
Thank you, Celses. So now, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. May we ask that you be open to the session, to think critically and share your thoughts, opinions, and insights during our breakout session.
That's right, Andrea. So, what's our next move? How about we visit the group of participants having their breakout sessions right now?
You know what, Renee? That's a great idea.
Okay, we can see if you look on your screens, we can see that all our groups are starting with their sessions. They're now giving out instructions, an overview of what's about to happen.
That's right, Renee. And you know what? I am wishing all the facilitators a good luck.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this session will turn out.
I'm guessing this will be great. In the way I see it, the participants look so ready, and I feel like everyone is prepared for this.
That's right. So, this is the first group, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this is the group of Laguna.
Wow. I love how they named the groups, right? Based on provinces.
Right, Renee, the provinces in Calabarzon and in Mimaropa.
Yes, that's very creative. I love it.
So, shall we check the other group?
Yes, let's go ahead and check the other groups. They're starting already with their discussions.
Yeah, so this group is the group of Batangas.
Batangas.
They're
Great
already
job.
having their introduction, right, Renee?
Yes, great job, Batangas. Our next group, Let's go ahead and check them. This is the group of Rizal.
Rizal. Same as the previous groups, they are also having their introduction.
Yes, you can see it in their faces that they're all so excited.
Yes, and I can see the participants really engaging with our activities.
Yes, and they're having fun as well. That's very important too.
Yes, Renee. I can see that the facilitators are doing a good job so far.
Yes, Andrea.
So, Renee, is it okay if I ask you some questions right now? Because, I am really curious about your thoughts regarding this matter.
Sure, Andrea.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, what can you say about the current situation of our industry?
Oh, wow. Okay. So while I do think that our industry is indeed experiencing one of its greatest challenges, providing tremendous aftermaths and thousands of people losing their jobs, and most of us believe that our industry is quite dependent on tour and travel, which is now hindered by a series of lockdowns and travel restrictions. Well, I'm generally the glass is half full kind of person, and I think that
Okay.
with activities like these, it just shows how strong we are, not just as people, but as an industry as well.
Right, I get your point, Renee. But the silver lining of this pandemic, the industry just became more innovative and open to changes, striving to find methods to adapt to this new normal that we are all in right now.
Spot on, Andrea. All right, let's take another look at the groups having their session.
Okay, let's visit them. So for group of Quezon, they're also having their introduction right now, Renee.
Yes, I think most of them are still in their introduction. Yeah, and they're now going at the background
Yes,
of this topic.
they are
Yes.
discussing right now the World Travel and Tourism Council.
Well, that's great. I'm sure they're gonna learn a lot from that breakout session.
I'm pretty sure, Renee.
Okay, so right now, shall we move on to the other groups?
Sure. Okay, so this group of Oriental Mindoro, same as the previous group, they are already having their World Travel and Tourism Council discussion.
Okay, Andrea, by the way, I have a question for you also.
Of course, Renee, sure.
Okay, after the pandemic, which destination are you looking forward to visiting the most?
You know what? After the pandemic, Renee, I really want to visit the country of Spain, most especially the Barcelona city.
Yes,
Yes, and I
I
really want
love
to
that.
try, yes, their famous festival called La Tomatina, wherein they're throwing tomatoes to one another for fun purposes.
That sounds fun. And also, I think the
Yes,
tomato is good for your skin, right?
right, Renee. It's so exciting, right?
Yes.
How about you, Renee?
Well, I'm thinking of visiting a local destination after the pandemic. Bohol, maybe,
Okay.
or Palawan
Wow, that's
sounds nice
good.
too. You've been to Bohol, right?
Yes, I've been to Bohol. The place is so clean.
Wow, what do you love most about Bohol?
Nung nakita ko yung Chocolate Hills, Renee, alam mo, grabe, sobrang iba siya sa personal and I really love it. I wanna go back.
I'm sure we
Yes.
will after the pandemic. So now we
Okay,
will
so
visit
thank
the
you.
groups again.
Okay. So this group is already having their brain exercise, right?
Oh, brain exercise. All right. Their
And they are
question is
using Mentimeter.
yes. So Andrea, Mentimeter, for the information of our participants and our viewers, Mentimeter lets the participants compete against each other to bring out a competitive spirit and create a fun experience. So we have
Yes.
several quiz questions being provided, and it defines correct answers to aggregate the total score and reveal the final winner at the end.
Okay, so I can see in our screen that the question is, What can you say about Generation Z? Wow, and the possible answers are endless. I can see from our screen.
Yes.
Curious.
Curious.
So,
Yes,
Renee, by the
indeed.
use of Mentimeter, it serves as an interactive presentation tool that allows individuals to engage with one another.
Yes, thank you for that information. So,
Yes.
curious. Do you agree that Generation Zs are curious?
Yes, I do agree. So, shall we visit another group?
Yes, we shall. What
Okay.
group is this? I
So,
think this
this
is
group is also having.
the
Okay, so
workout exercise.
yes. So, the group of Occidental Mindoro.
All right.
Okay, so shall we visit another group?
Yes, okay. Is
A
this
quizzes.
yes, quizzes. They're already under quizzes.
Yes, Renee. I can notice from our screens that they are already having their activity in quizzes. Renee, do you have any idea about this interactive tool?
Actually, I have a little idea about that.
Okay.
Quizzes lets us to have a short quiz, and you know the questions will be presented on the screen, and and the participants rather will try their best to answer.
That's
It
fascinating, Renee.
Yes, moreover, it allows individuals to conduct student-based formative assessments in a fun and engaging way for students in all ages.
That's right. So, by the use of quizzes, participants' knowledge regarding a specific topic is being tested, and it serves as a quiz style teaching and a learning method as well.
Definitely. Now, shall we share the questions of this quiz to our participants? But before that,
Okay.
let's hear them. I want to hear them. What they're talking
Okay,
about.
sure.
Okay?
Two,
Are
one, and go.
Who is leading the game?
It
Wow.
seems like they know the answer, partner.
I can see the names of Kiara, MG, Cha, and CJ.
As of the moment, Yara is leading with 1,790 points, followed by
Humahabol CJ.
CJ rather.
Let's go, guys. Remember, this is a 100 pesos giga loan.
Well, it seems like that Yara, CJ, and MJ are really having fun answering the question.
Okay, let's move on
As
to
of the
another
moment,
group.
CJ is the leading scorer, followed
Yes,
by
let's
Charlotte.
proceed to another group.
Looks like they're having fun. That's great.
You're right.
So
So
this
this
group,
group,
they're still in Mentimeter.
yes, you're right, Renee. How about the other groups? Shall we hear this group?
Yes, we shall.
Let's go! Wow! Top 1 Mary Bell. Mahabot si Krista.
Okay, we have a winner already. Matapos. That was really nerve-wracking and exciting. So guys, did you have fun? Again, I am encouraging everyone to share your thoughts about this activity by sending a message to our chat room. Okay, now I present to you our one lucky winner. Congratulations, Miss Marydel Hawson. Okay, pwede ka mag-open ng mic mo if you have something to say.
Thank you for the chance to share our insights and ideas through this brain exercise. Thank you.
Yan.
Congratulations, Miss Marydel Johnson. But syempre naman, lahat kayo ay winner dito, di ba?
Okay, so thank you so
Dania?
much,
And thank you
Palawan.
so
Thank you so
for
much, and
asking us
congratulations to our
reward.
Congratulations.
winners.
Right.
One thing One thing I noticed about us Gen Zs, we're really competitive. Do you
You're
agree?
right, Renee. Yes, I do agree.
Even in
Social,
simple quizzes.
yes, you're right. So, shall we visit another group?
Of course, let's see if they're on to the next activity.
Okay, so this group, Ali won the game.
Nice one, Ali.
Yes. Okay, so how about the other groups?
Let's go ahead and check. Oh, they're already
Oh,
in their virtual exchange.
a virtual exchange. So, as I can see from our screens, the question is, as part of Generation Z, how can you build and use your skills to help in navigating the industry towards recovery? That's an interesting question.
I think we should hear their discussions. This will be
Yes.
interesting.
A pineapple emoji or the word pineapple. All right. Mr. Benedict Hernandez, kindly open your mic, please.
Hi, Claude. Hi, Eliza.
Hello.
As part of Gen Z, I can help in navigating the industry towards recovery through my constant connection to social media. By using
Mhm.
different social media platforms, I can share my personalized travel experiences, which can motivate them to travel and boost their confidence.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Benedict. How about the others? Do you guys want to answer as well? You may raise your hand or open your mic directly, everyone. Who else want to answer the question?
So, as we
All
wait
right.
for the other comments to Dean, do you have any thoughts or knowledge for our event topic?
Well, yes, of course, Eliza. So I've realized that as the tourism industry begins to recover from lockdowns, we must consider what the past has taught us about the dynamics of the crisis in order to plan for a post-COVID-19 future.
It is indeed a great realization. It is true, it has been a year like no other for the travel industry. From receptionists in hotels to airline pilots, we'll surely hope that it is a year the likes of which we will not see again, right, Tudin?
Yes, Eliza. And before we go to the next session, may I please call the attention of Miss Mangubat because she raised her hand a while ago as she want to answer the question. Miss Aliyah, you can open your mic. Thank you.
So for me, it is through being resilient or being capable of withstanding any problems and being prepared for the future work. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that, Aliyah.
Okay, so thank you. Group of Laguna. That was a good answers.
Yes, I also agree. Some of them answered that about social media. And I think that social media indeed plays a huge contributing factor in marketing tourism because you can see in your friends' posts and you want to visit that place also and you want to experience the fun too.
Yes, you're right. So,
Looks like everyone is indeed ready to participate in our event's highlight.
right on that, Renee. I think that the previous activities helped them to gain confidence and general knowledge so that they wouldn't go to the plenary session empty handed.
Right on that. And as of this day, I actually want to ask you a few questions, Andrea.
What about that?
What's the thing that you miss most about traveling?
You know what, actually, what I miss most about traveling is the experience and the excitement. How about you?
Well, the thing I miss most in traveling is definitely meeting new people, seeing new faces, hearing a different language or even an accent. And I agree that the feeling of excitement in traveling is very high from the moment you wake up and prepare for the trip up until the very last day. So that's it. I really missing the faces of the people. It's very hard to see faces right now because they have our
Yes,
mask.
you're
Yes, and that's
right.
important.
Yes,
It's
you're
very
right.
important.
Yes. So, as I can see from our screens, we have the group of Batangas, and they are also having their virtual exchange. Shall we
Yes,
hear
shall
the
we?
answers?
Yes, of course.
Yep.
Post-COVID-19 future.
Yes, Jericho, it is a great realization. It's true, it has been more than a year since we were quarantined and traveling and accommodation is prohibited. But now, slowly, our industry is continuously recovering and all working with or within the industry from receptionists in hotels to airline pilots. We'll surely hope that this is a year for our industry to become fully operational, right, Jericho?
Yes, Jesselyn. With that, I can see in the chat box that is there any one of you who wants to participate in this question in our virtual exchange? Please comment down in our chat box.
Okay. Pineapple.
Ayan.
I think Sophia wants to answer.
Okay, let's start with I have to call a name, guys. Okay. Let's start with this is random.
Okay, partner.
Let's go with Carlo.
Carlo.
Kindly open your mic, please. Read the question first and then state your answer. So yung question natin is naka-flash sa ating screen.
Hello.
Hello, Carlo.
Afternoon.
So how can you build and use your skills to help in navigating the industry towards recovery?
Yes.
Maybe by focusing and putting all your effort into what you want, and just keep doing what you're doing. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Carlo. I agree with you.
It's a very nice
And
answer.
ayan, baka meron pa. Guys, meron pa ba?
And the participants are really
Sino pang
engaging with
gustong
the
sumagot?
activity.
Kuha pa tayo ng
Yes.
isa. Ito si Christia, since gusto niya kanina pa ng more pa daw.
More pa.
Wait.
Ay,
Catherine
Catherine.
is raising a hand.
They are so competitive,
As
right,
a part
Rene?
of Generations
Yes, nag-aagawan
Z,
sila sa
I intend to
pag-answer.
use my abilities to express my thoughts and ideas about my beloved tourism industry. For such, also I will encourage my colleagues to attend this kind of event. This platform is a great way for the recovery of our industry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Meron na akong follow-up doon. So,
Okay,
anong
so
tool
thank
yung
you for the
gagamitin mo
group
para
of Batangas.
makapag-encourage ka
Yes, it looks like
part?
everyone is indeed ready to participate in our event's highlight.
Right on that, Rene. I think that the previous activities helped them to gain confidence and knowledge.
Yes, so thank you, our dear facilitators and participants. That was a great interactive session. Before we move on to our next segment, and as we wait for all the participants to join us here, Andrea, are you curious about how our industry operates in this time of pandemic?
Definitely, Rene. Now, to give us an idea of this matter, here is a video of tourism and hospitality industry in the new normal by the Philippines Department of Tourism and Tourism Promotions Board, Philippines.
Welcome back.
Bitch, here I come.
Vloggers, jet setters, wanderlusters, we've missed you. This is the new normal of traveling, a privilege to be at your service.
Ayan na yung service!
Please board the shuttle in an orderly fashion while we show our unparalleled hospitality.
Ooh, hand sanitizer, clean, clean, clean. Thank you.
Sign up and reserve seats online. We want to know who you've been rubbing elbows with.
Excuse me, sir. Bawal po dyan. PDA naman tayo.
Anong PDA?
PDA, physical distancing always. Please sit on designated seats only, sanitized and reserved especially for you.
Okay, alis na po tayo. Thank you.
Uy, wait lang. Uy, excuse me. Ako muna.
Ano? Maganda ang taste mo, ha? Pero nag-safety protocols ka na ba?
Oo, ikaw.
Oo, hand sanitizer.
Yes, anong temp mo?
36.3.
36.1. Ano?
Online reservation.
Anong reservation? Bus lang to, no?
Di mo ba narinig si ate narrator? Reserve seats online para may contact tracing.
Come on guys, G na tayo.
Travel safe, Pinas!
Mabuhay!
Pag naglalakbay!
Have a safe trip, Pinas!
This is the new normal of traveling. The hotspots are popping. And the bottles of alcohol are flowing. Who's ready to check in? Welcome to paradise.
Good morning, ate. Meron ba kayo?
That we do.
Taray!
Each guest is entitled to a complimentary sanitation kit. Accommodations are by reservation only. Walk-ins will not be entertained.
Oh, ano daw? Very good.
Meanwhile, we will do what we can to keep the hotel immaculate.
Automatic oh.
Please step on the circles.
Aba, nakaapak naman ako ng tama sa bilog. Uy, Doy, bakit hindi pa napaandar?
Shiny. So this is a corner suite?
Sa third floor po kayo, ma'am, sir. Third floor, please.
Uy, bakit kaya? Tanungin mo yung driver.
What? It gets better?
Enjoy your stay, people!
Travel safe!
Mabuhay!
Pag naglalakbay!
Have a safe trip, Pinas!
Prime your taste buds for the finest of culinary magic. We've prepared a gastronomic feast unlike anything you've ever had, moving heaven and earth to guarantee an unforgettable dining experience.
Uy, tagal ah. Temp check na kami.
Hand sanitize na kami.
Nag-fill up na kami ng health declaration form.
Okay, if you're finished, your tables are ready in the new normal of traveling. Safety always comes first.
Ay, layo pala no?
Konting push pati. Kindly book your reservations in advance. Our limited seating is extremely exclusive. Order with ease online and choose from a cornucopia of exquisite dishes. Our approach to dining is simple. Just you and your food, so you can savor every flavor.
Crispy Papa! Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
Yes, it's taken by my personal space and physical distancing protocols. PDA, hindi mo ba alam yon? Buti sana kamukha mo yung boyfriend ko.
Nothing gets between you and your culinary satisfaction.
Ay, sir, sorry. Kasalanan niyo eh. Ma'am, sir, bill po.
Hala, naiwan ko yata yung wallet ko ah.
Kuya, ako na lang ho ang bahala.
Sige, ma'am.
Contactless payments, please.
Sige pa bayad ang duha.
Saan ba yun?
Enjoy your meal, guys!
Travel safe, mga beshies!
Mabuhay!
Pag naglalakbay.
Have a safe trip, Pinas!
Abaca the alphabet alliteration. Abaca accessories for admiration. Bamboo's pumping, barefoot bounding. Kinetic Cali combat, boom boom powering. Digitally documenting, diving in the deep, beating everywhere. Even on the street. Galleries, graffiti, and gals for the gram. Hand weaving heritage with hometown hands. Island fortresses, illuminated lands. Lakeside living with locals and lilies. Mountain rides made with the Ipugal marking. Nocturnal nightlife, neon navigating. Movement in a movement that means keep on smiling. Oratories, officers, old world magic. Photos and prints from pineapple fabric. Rondalia rhythms, riffing on raps. Sunset street dancing, Sampaguita craft. Tribal tattoos in traditional ways. Ultimate underground untouched caves. Wild, wide, warm. Welcome to wait for you. And yes, you too. Be part of the tradition, the celebration, and the culture. Be part of the fun.
I always knew where I'm going to, but it feels like the world between me and you. I came along when the wind blew. No matter where I go, you feel my love. Always on the run, living under the sun, and it feels like never ending, but it's only begun. No matter where I go, you feel my love for you.
What an informative and entertaining set of videos, right, Andrea?
Of course, Renee. All right, so as we wait for all of the participants to join us, may I ask those who are already here to comment your name, section, program, or stand to promote interactivity and engagement.
That's a great idea, Andrea. Now let's take a look at the available comments. I think we have a lot of viewers already. I'm seeing students from SciTem. Yes, we also have grade 12 students. Nice. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Claudine from J3A. Thank you.
Yes, guys, comment your name and your sections.
Hello,
How is everyone feeling?
Soriano from J3B.
How are you guys feeling after being done with the breakout session?
Yes, guys. What is the most memorable thing that you about the session?
Yes. Hannah says that she's so excited to hear from our speaker.
Me too, Renee.
I'm sure all of us are excited.
Yes, you're right. So, Moving on to the next segment, here are some crumbs of the session prepared by our very own facilitators to share to us the result of their virtual exchange.
Yes, facilitators, you may now share them through our interactive tool Mentimeter by logging in on this site and using this code to be dictated by Andrea.
Okay, so the code is 89707929. Again, facilitators, it's 89707929.
Yes, you can see it on your screens. Okay, the first takeaway is self-learning.
Yes, and for the second group, we have dependent on technology-based apps.
That's right. Our next group, third group, Zoomers.
Okay, so
Yes.
for the next fourth group, we have
Okay.
in the virtual exchange conducted, the participants have talked about opening themselves to all possibilities and being teachable so they can hone their skills and potentials in order to be an asset of our industry. Wow, this is such a good takeaway.
Yes, that's right. Our next group, we have yes, so the participants from Palawan group said that they personally believe that Gen Zs can harness the power of technology, which can be a big benefit in creating solutions during these trying times.
Okay, so for the next
Indeed.
group, for the group of Romblon, our takeaways from this webinar is that we became more aware on how the pandemic affected and changed the tourism and hospitality industry today. We also learned how we can maximize and improve our skills in order to prepare ourselves. That's nice.
And according to Group 6, the industry has exemplified what it means to champion the consumers at the heart while keeping the brand story engaging and relevant, despite being hardened with setbacks and restrictions. That's great. It shows
Okay.
resiliency, creativity. Our next group,
So for our next group, participants in Team Cavite showed knowledge by expressing their opinions to the group and was able to have a better understanding about the topic that might be useful in their future.
that's interesting.
So
And
for
the
our last
virtual,
group,
yes, our last group, the virtual exchange with Batangas group, highlighted the idea of focusing and putting all effort into what you want and also using the ability to express your thoughts to encourage every part of Gen Z towards recovery. That's
that's
very
nice.
great. Thank you so much. And it seems like they enjoyed our interactivities, right, Andrea?
I agree with that. Not only the facilitators, but also our participants really come prepared. So now we are moving on to the highlight of our event. Are you all excited to meet our reputable speaker?
Yes.
Renee, please do the honors.
Thank you, Andrea. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. He is known as hashtag Pambansang Inspirasyon and has been a resource speaker since 2005 in over 1,000 conventions, conferences, and seminars. He is an Asian motivational speaker for over 15 years, delivering an average of 100 inspirational speeches annually.
He appeared in over 200 media interviews and has spoken on leadership to personnel of several major global companies worldwide. Founder of the new channel TNC Media Corporation and the founder of Philippine Association of Professional Speakers. He is first registered speaking professional, the highest earned designation given to Filipino professional speakers, and the first certified webinar speaker in the Philippines.
Wow, but that's not all. He is also the first Filipino to represent the Philippines in Global Speakers Summit and the first to speak in French and European Speakers Convention and also the first Filipino to become a member of the Board of Global Speakers Federation. He is a renowned professional speaker, an author of 16 best-selling books, a columnist at the Manila Times, and a sergeant at the Philippine Air Force Reserve Command. Without further ado, let us welcome our speaker, Mr. Lloyd Luna. Yay! Hello, Mr. Lloyd. We are so happy to have you here with us.
Hello, Mr. Lloyd.
Hello! Thank you so much for that very kind introduction. Sobrang ganda ng introduction, no? Ako yung gumawa, tapos binasa niyo lang. Yan.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
I'm happy.
sir.
Sure, I'm happy to be here and good to see you all.
Our participants are very excited.
Yep, I am excited as well. So let's keep the ball rolling. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Sobrang saya ko po na ako po na-invite para magsalita ngayong hapon ito. Kung hindi po kayo masaya, mas problema niyo po yan kaysa mas problema ko. But I am happy to be here. This is the best time for me to do my best work, which is to inspire and motivate people. Sobrang kagaya ninyo, namimiss ko na rin yung mga face-to-face events. At I cannot wait for the economy to really open up again so I can do a lot of traveling again because nandun din ako isa sa mga contributors ninyo sa industry ninyo bilang isang professional speaker. I go around the country, travel a lot of places each year, and to be able to be in this kind of situation wherein ang keynote speaking ay nangyayari na lang sa loob ng iyong bahay. This is something na never kong naisip na mangyayari in my lifetime. But I'm very happy to be here. Hopefully mag-enjoy kayo. Pag hindi kayo nag-enjoy, sisihin niyo po yung organizers. Dahil tulad po ninyo, biktima rin ako kaya ako nandito. Na-invite ako eh. Although ako naman ay nag-yes, kaya nandito rin talaga ako. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're healthy. And I hope you are getting along with what is now the new reality. All of our conventions and conferences, workshops, seminars, trainings, lectures, ating pag-aaral ay nandito na lamang sa online. I keep on wondering how we as a people can survive really, or better yet, thrive in the new normal situation. But we are here in this pandemic situation, so might as well make the most out of it. I'm going to start my presentation. I'm sharing my screen right now. So, umpisahan na po natin ang ating laban. Mag-comment lang po kayo kung kayo po ay may mga suggestion, questions, kagaya ni Maren o si Maren. Hello, Sir Lloyd. Yan. Enjoy lang kayo ha. Mag-enjoy lang kayo dahil ito yung this is what we came here for, to enjoy and to learn. Amen. Can I say can I get an amen dito sa mga sa chat group natin sa YouTube? Because we are live. I think we are being watched by 112,000 people live on our YouTube channel. Ayan. Oo. Yan. Siyempre, magsha-shoutout ako sa inyo. Basta mag-comment lang kayo. Nababasa ko naman. Ha? Tayo dito ay cool, very relaxed. I understand you are Gen Z. My generation is not far away from your generation. I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. Whether you like it or not, admit it or not, or whether you accept it or not, I'm a millennial. And somehow, I think one of the best things about being a millennial is nakita namin yung transition from the typewriter to computer. Sa amin din nag-start yung internet na ini-enjoy ng mga Gen Z na kagaya ninyo. Kami yung na-experience ang library and at the same time ang Google. Because I'm not sure if you still go to the library and do the research there. Pa-shoutout na si Princess. Hala, sige. Shoutout, sige. Mag-shoutout na lang tayo. Si Catherine. Ayan, si Ashley Drew. Ayan, pa-shoutout. Ibig sabihin po nito, ito yung mga gustong gustong iparating sa mundo na sila po ay present dito at hindi sila absent. Ayan. Sige. Gen gap. Oy, walang generation gap. 2 years ago, I hosted this international summit called the Generational Leadership Summit. And I'm going to address this right away. There is supposed to be no division among generations. Pinalaki at ginawang issue ang pagiging Gen Z sa pagiging Gen X, sa pagiging millennial, sa pagiging baby boomer. Sorry. Gen Z, millennial, Gen X, and baby boomer. Pinalaki. Pinag-away, pinaghiwa-hiwalay, kinompartmentalize. Where in fact, in my summit, I realized na wala talaga masyadong pinagkaiba because yung mga baby boomers, in their time, they also felt the need for entitlement. Same as Gen X, same as my generation, and I am sure the same as Gen Z. I think it's human nature for us to look or assert for an entitlement. Entitled ako dyan because ginawa ko to. Ako to, so ibigay mo sa akin yan. So, wala tayong Gen gap, but for the sake of this discussion and this event, let's try to make some sense. Gen Z, paano nyo raw maisasalba yung ating very dire situation as far as tourism is concerned. So, unahan ko na kayo, di naman ako tourism graduate. Ako ay nag-major ng Electronics and Communications Engineering sa PUP, parang UP. Maliit na bagay, guys. Engineering lang to. Please, wag nating gawing malaking issue ang engineering. Anyway, I am here as your speaker and hopefully maituro ko sa iyo yung kaisa-isang skill na kailangan ninyong i-master. Because I thought without this skill, it's improbable, if not impossible, for you to save the entire tourism industry in your generation. Pag hindi nyo na-master at nakuha yung idea na i-discuss ko ngayon, it will be difficult for you na maisalba or makapag-adapt kayo or makapag-adjust kayo, not to mention to succeed in the industry that you have chosen, not only to study about, but also to work for in the future or to work in the future. So, are you excited? Excited na ba kayo sa maririnig ninyo? Kasi excited na ako sa maririnig ko. Sa sarili ko. Yes, sabi ni Jed, excited na. Yan, ha? Walang tulugan, ha? Nako talaga. Huwag niyo akong tulugan dahil normally yung mga natutulog sa pag nag-i-speech ako, hindi pumapasa yan. Bumabagsak sa exam kahit pa nag-review. So, karma is real, kaya please, let's do this. Let's start. I know you're ready. I am ready. Everybody's ready. Everybody's hopefully okay. At medyo, pasensya na kayo, medyo hindi naman sa maganda lang talaga yung gising ko ngayon. And especially when they say, oh, Salle is organizing this, along with many other schools in the country. I am so pleasured and honored to be here today. So, yan. Ano lang tayo, medyo relax lang kayo. Hindi kasi ako sanay na rin dito sa ganito. I mean, can you imagine? Dati, in fact, wait a minute. Hold on. Nagbigay na ba kayo ng masigabang palakpakan nang inintroduce ako? Parang wala ako narinig, guys. Anong nangyayari? Normally, pag inintroduce, pagpasok, may hiyawan pa yun, di ba? Where is it, really? Nasaan na yung mga yan? Wala na. Ito yung new normal. Yan, ako na ang papalakpak. Ayan, di humabol din. Ayan ang mga palakpak. Clapping, maraming salamat. Masibagong comments. Sige, so mag-start na tayo bago maubos ang ating oras. Baka tayo mapagalitan ni Dean. Lagot. Baka hindi marimit yung bayad sa akin. Pag wala ako na-discuss. Thank you sa lahat ng mga pumalakpak. Garantisado, papasa kayo kung may quiz kayo sa susunod na pagkakataon. First, I have a rhetorical question for each and every one of you. If you are sure to be a different person one day, And it's within your power to choose now what path to take to get there. Will you actually use that power, or will you simply wait for that day when you are no longer the same person that you are right now? Let me repeat the question. English kasi. So, ulitin natin. If you are sure to be a different person one day, because I'm sure you will be, right? Hindi naman kayo pwedeng yan pa din pagdating ng panahon. You will be a different person. And it's within your power to choose now what path to take every day to get there. Will you actually use that power? Or will you simply wait for that day when you are no longer the same person that you are right now? Now, this is a rhetorical question because more or less I know what your answer is. But nonetheless, this is my premise for my discussion for today. Because I tell you, right off the bat, it is within your power to influence your own transformation, leading to what you would like to be in the future. Therefore, my discussion on intentional transformation. My discussion will come from my 17th book, Transform or Perish, How to Intentionally Change Yourself to Deal with Overwhelming Disruption. I was able to write this book when? 2020, the year of pandemic. Sabi ng pandemic, wala kang magagawa, hindi ka magiging productive because in fact, distracted ka dahil everything is kind of overwhelming at the time. Hindi ka makakapagsulat ng book. Sabi ng pandemic, hindi ka makakalabas. Yes, hindi naman talaga ako makalabas. In fact, si Kim Chu lang ang may karapatang lumabas. Si Kim Chu lang ang malakas, no? So, sabi sa ng pandemic, wala kang masyado magiging productivity this year. So, mag-relax ka lang. Hintayin mo lang na siguro may vaccine, etc. But you know what? I was able to write my 17th book. So, sabi ko sa pandemic ka lang. I'm a human being na mayroong desire at mayroong resolve. I'm going to do kung ano yung pwede kong magawa at this particular time. Regardless kung ano ang sasabihin mo or kung anong restrictions na ibibigay mo sa akin. Now, picture this. Hindi, wag niyo pong picturean. Wag niyo pong picturean. Imagine this, yun na lang. Estudyante ka, and everything was so normal. Pumapasok ka sa klase, nakikita mo yung classmates mo, yung prof mo nakikita mo, may baon ka, napang-date sa special someone mo, nakakapag-sine kayo, nakakakain kayo kung saan nyo gustong kumain, well, syempre depende sa budget, and you can pretty much travel for a vacation. Anywhere you want to go, as long as afford naman ninyo, you can go. I mean, family or with someone else. If you're doing a business, everything is kind of okay. If you've started a business, nagagamay nyo na. Or maybe kung matagal na kayo sa business, kabisado nyo na. So, things were pretty much normal. Like, normal. No restriction. Everything seems to be fine. Until there was coronavirus. Now, what happened is the world has changed after that. Incredibly. And so has your own personal world. Nabago ang mundo mo, nabago ang mundo ko, nabago ang mundo nating lahat. Yung dating alam natin, yung dating nakasanayan natin, yung dating nakagawian natin, all gone. Because what we are dealing here right now is an unprecedented situation na hindi natin alam kung paano ina-navigate. Everything has changed. Everyone was shocked. And to our disappointment and frustrations, sometimes hindi natin alam ano ba talaga yung dapat nating ginagawa. Estudyante na dati face-to-face, nag-aaral, ngayon online na lang. Ang hirap ng internet connection minsan, at hindi ka na rin makahingi ng baon sa magulang mo. Kasi hindi ka naman lumalabas. Hindi ka na makapag-mark up sa projects mo kasi alam na ng parents mo yung lahat na nangyayari because this is pretty much online. They can in fact listen to what your professors are telling you to do. So, I don't know, but things have changed. Hindi na ito yung dati na mundo na ginagalawan natin. At kung hindi nyo matanggap yun bilang Gen Z, can you imagine the feeling kung ako ay millennial na mas matanda sa inyo? Can you imagine yung mga na-put up ng Gen X over time only to be ruined by this pandemic? Can you in fact imagine yung na-put up ng baby boomers? The businesses they started, the industry that they built together in their generation. And in their very eyes, in front of them, kitang-kita natin na nagbabagsakan, kitang-kita natin yung mga negosyo na nawawala unti-unti. A few days ago, I was speaking with a board member in the provincial government of Bohol. 90% of tourism business gone. Yung isang probinsya na nakadepende ang kabuhayan at hanap buhay at buhay sa tourism, gone. It's difficult to see the future if you are so disoriented by your present. Ang hirap tingnan na 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now, tourism industry will be vibrant and dynamic again, and it's back. And sometimes optimism is good, maybe most of the time. But when reality hits you closer to home, I think it's another story. And so what I would like to do right now is to walk you through a sort of a journey that I had in 2020 up to until today, and see if we can get some inspiration from that. Because again, one particular skill I'm going to try to teach you so that you can withstand the test of this global crisis, very particularly in your industry. Gosh, napapa-English ako sa inyo, in fairness. Okay lang ba yon or Tagalog? Magbutuhan tayo. English or Tagalog? Sabi ni Darrell, sana face-to-face yung event natin. Yes, I agree. I miss the crowd. I miss the people. I miss the sound. I miss the laughter. I miss everything about face-to-face. But, this is what we have right now. So we'll take it. As long as buhay tayo at malusog, we'll take it. Whatever it is. Just have to be patient. Sige. Sabi ni Jan Remay, okay lang daw kung saan ako comfortable, English or Tagalog. Nox. Wag lang daw konyo, sabi ni Claudine. Claudine, hindi. Mukhang wala sa dugo ko yung konyo. PUP yun ako, Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Grabe naman kayo. Kami ang tinatawag na pamantasang utak lang ang puhunan. Yan. Ganyan. Sabi ng iba, PUP? Parang UP? Sabi sa kapatid ko, well, kami ang purong UP. And then sabi niya, because sa UP siya nagtapos, sabi niya, no, actually more on Peking UP. Anyway, ang problema dyan, hayaan natin yan. School yan. Hayaan natin yan. Again, sa lahat ng mga hindi umabot sa aking introduction, my name is Sergeant Lloyd A. Luna. I am a member of the Philippine Air Force Reserve Command and also the founder of Public Speaking Institute. I'm sure wala kayong pakialam dyan sa part na yan ng slide. And today, I'm going to walk you through my stories. 2 stories I'm going to tell you. In 2020, despite the fact na nagsasarahan ng mga negosyo, at nalulugi ang mga kumpanya, I was able to build a new company called the New Channel Media Corporation. The same year, I enlisted myself as a sergeant at the Philippine Air Force Reserve Command. So bilang ako ngayon ay part na ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, and in the same year, I was able to finish my book, Transform or Perish. Yung tatlong yan, ang masasabi kong greatest accomplishment ko in 2020. Considering naka-lockdown and I was able to do that, I thought we can all have the chance of thriving despite what is happening. At hindi ko nabanggit yung pang-apat pala. May pang-apat. January 15, ipinanganak ang aking ikalawang anak. Ayan. So, meron akong pandemic baby na tinatawag. Oo. Masyadong na-relax kaya nagkaroon ng baby. Oo. At lalaki. Lalaki. So, kota na ako. Isang lalaki at isang babae. Yan. Oo. Taglish na lang daw. Sige, taglish. Good. Okay. So, you're seeing the number on your screen, right? It's 2.5 million strike through. 2.5 million strike through. I'm sure nakikita niyo yan. Ano sa tingin niyo ito? Hula. Game. Type. Ano ang 2.5 million? Type. 2.5 million. Chat box. Yan. Medyo hintayin natin kasi may delay. Ganito talaga pag live. Medyo may delay. Hintayin natin ng konti. Loss. Sweldo ko. Ayan. Sabi ni Darrell, sweldo ko. Ano pa? Wala niyo lang. What is loss in sales? Ayan. Revenue loss of tourism. 2 million pesos. 2.5 million pesos to again. Any more? Nawala. Losses. Okay. Unemployed. Books sold. Unemployment. Yan. Kasi, may tama. Loss. At more specifically, hindi siya loss sa economy. This is very small na loss sa economy. Ito yung kinikita ko bilang isang professional speaker annually. At least 2.5 million pesos. Hindi ko siya kinita. This year! My goodness, can you imagine? I lost 2.5 million last year, 2020. Yung supposed to be kikitain ko na wala. Yung mga contracts ko na cancel. Yung mga travels ko na cancel. I lost my livelihood. Dire-diretso ang dating ng billing o yung bills mo, pero yung revenue mo natigil. I was thinking, wow, never in my wildest imagination I can imagine I'm going to lose as much. Because I thought it can never happen, especially in my career. Kasi palago at paganda yung career ko eh. Tapos may ganyan. But more than the monetary loss, there is something else na mas nalungkot ako at mas nakapagpa-depress sa akin. I lost my freedom to travel, freedom to go to places in order for me to do my best work, which is professional speaking. I also lost an opportunity to perform for an audience as a public speaker. And I also lost the opportunity to meet new friends, people from different parts of the country and the world na nagiging inspiration ko every once in a while I'm doing my best work. Nawalan ka ng pera, nawalan ka ng kalayaan mag-travel, nawalan ka ng opportunity to do your mission, at nawala yung mga tao na nag-i-inspire sa'yo. What else could happen worst? I don't know if there's anything worse than this. I can't imagine. But I thought, in retrospect, maybe I have learned something during this pandemic that can help me understand things as they happen. And that particular lesson is this: that what you see is more important than what you look at. Mas importante ang nakikita mo kaysa sa tinitingnan mo. Saan na ibig sabihin yan? Parang parehas lang naman. Well, case in point. Prior to pandemic, nakikita ko yung webcam bilang isang tool which I have an option to use or not to use depending on my mood. During the pandemic, the supposed to be gadget and optional tool became my window to the world. This is where you get to see me. This is where I perform my work. I was looking at the webcam now in a far different way than before. I'm seeing something else. Hindi na lang siya tool, kundi opportunity for me to still reach out to people that hopefully can get inspiration from me. Pandemic. Sir, grabe ang hirap mag-aral ngayon. Online. Hindi na kami maintindihan. Hirap na hirap kami. Well, what if I tell you that I'm seeing something else other than your reklamo, complaint sa remote classes? What if this is a rehearsal for you? Because ang magiging future ng interview will be via Zoom, anything virtual. What if I tell you that in the future, in your industry and in many other industries, it will be a combination of work from home and work in the workplace? What if yung sinasabi nyong ang pandemic ay negative, what if this is actually telling us something and helping us prepare for something else that is more challenging in the future? And that's exactly what I mean when I say what you see is more important than what you look at. Huwag ninyong tingnan lang ang isang sitwasyon at sabihin na yun. Because maybe, just maybe, there is something else that you need to see. But in order for you to do that, you just have to keep looking and looking and looking until you find it. There are 3 types of transformation in my research. Natural transformation, incidental transformation, and intentional transformation. Yung natural transformation, ito yung dinikta ng nature. Transformation ay dinikta ng nature. Tatanda ka talaga taon-taon eh. Yung incidental, parang accidental to. Nag-transform ka kasi yung environment mo nag-transform na din. Yung dating hindi mo tanggap yung online classes, natanggap mo na. Kasi part ng ng insidente. Nag-transform ka bilang online learner at kung ikaw ay professor, online teacher because of the incident that happened. It was influenced by our external environment. Now, the third is intentional transformation. Ito yung sinadya mo, yung magiging transformation mo. Ito yung mayroon kang gusto and then intentionally ininfluensyahan mo ang sarili mo, ang gagawin mo, at ang mga kakailanganin mo para maging ikaw yung gusto mo maging ikaw. So, yun yung tatlo. Hindi natin i-discuss yung natural saka yung incidental. Dito tayo sa intentional transformation. Now, I'm going to teach you how you're going to win in a game of change. Ito yung skill na kailangan ninyo para maisalba ang industry ninyo, especially pagdating ng generation ninyo. Because magkakaiba tayo ng interest. Iba pa ang interest or priority ng mga may-ari ng negosyo ngayon. Di ba kayo mga estudyante? Iba din yung magiging tingin ninyo doon sa situation. Magkakaiba tayo lagi ng tingin. At walang mali o walang tama. Magkakaiba lang tayo ng tingin. Yung mga baby boomers or yung mga Gen X, iba ang tingin sa recovery. Iba din ang appreciation ng millennials sa recovery. Much less yung mga nag-aaral pa lang na medyo meron pa kayong ilang taon before you become part of the industry as working professionals. But nonetheless, the skill that I'm going to teach you and the principles and the philosophy has something to do with change and transformation. More particularly, I'm going to teach you how to win in 2021. So, are you ready? Yung mga commenters ko, nasaan yung mga aking commenters? Oh, yan. Sige, comment lang tayo. Yan. Let's win, let's win, let's win. Lahat ng mga ready na mag-win, edi mag-comment dyan sa ating YouTube live. Sige, hopefully okay tayo ha. Mag-relax lang kayo. Hindi ito totally boring lecture, okay, mag-alala. Dahil nung ako'y nag-aaral pa, dami kong napakinggan mga speakers. Sobrang uma-attend lang ako ng seminars na dalawa lang yung dahilan. Una, attendance is a must. Number 2, libre yung pagkain. Kung wala talaga, hindi ako mamotivate yung upo ka ng 2-3 oras. Diyos ko. Tapos kinakausap ng speaker yung kanyang PowerPoint. Diyos ko, parang sabi ko, oh no. One day, if I become a speaker, I will never kill my audience by boredom. So, ready? Wow. Travel. 2019, my family and I were able to experience a part of Europe. At the Venice, Florence, Pisa, Vatican, Rome, Amsterdam. Wow. Isang probinsyanong kagaya ko. Ang tatay ay magta-tricycle. Tricycle. Ang tatay ay magta-tricycle. At ang nanay ay public school teacher. But in my lifetime, makakapag-travel kami sa other side of the world. Malayo do. Parang hindi ko iisipin. But nangyari. So thank you, Lord. But I was there not just for leisure or vacation. I was there for an important mission. And the mission was myself becoming the first and only Filipino to represent the country in a French and European Speakers Convention in Paris. I was so proud, not because I was there as Lloyd Luna, I was proud because a Filipino is there on stage, that after that event, nakilala nila ang Pilipinas bilang home ng mga professional speakers din. And I tell you, kung ang mga Pilipino ay naturally hospitable, ang mga Pilipino is also naturally good communicators. And that said, I thought hindi pa pwedeng maiwan ang Pilipinas pagdating sa global speaking community. We have to be there, and I was able to accomplish that mission. After that experience, I was so pumped up, I was so excited, I was so ready and excited to do my global work. Meaning to say, magta-travel na talaga ako dahil ready na ako. Na-introduce ko na yung sarili ko sa mundo. I'm going to travel the world speaking, inspiring people. Ready? Of course I am ready. 2019, I was able to deliver 101 speeches. 2020 had another story for me. Because in 2020, despite the fact that I was ready, I only had 14 speaking engagements. Yung pang-14 nangyari in December, at nakamask na ako, at nakamask na rin yung audience ko. Cut the long story short, yung aking global speaking career na supposed to be magfa-fly na, it was put into a hard stop. Masakit sa akin? Yes. Pero ano magagawa ko? And I think hindi lang ako yung naka-experience na, because lahat naman tayo dumaan dun sa situation na yan. So I thought hindi unique sa akin yung situation. But the question that I was asking then was, have we lost? Ikaw, bilang isang online learner, have you lost? Or maybe I realize now, maybe I was asking a wrong question. Maybe the question that I should be asking is, have we learned? Because maybe the choices that we have right now is not about winning or losing. It's between winning and learning. This situation that we are in right now is something that I don't look at, I am losing. Well, somehow I know I am losing. But every time I'm losing, I thought this can also be an opportunity for me to learn, so that hopefully in the next game I will win. And so today I'm going to share with you the story and the things that I have learned that somehow made me a winner in my own right. March 15, 2020. Enhanced community quarantine was declared all over the Philippines. Bawal lumabas. Dahil sa classroom, may batas. Si Kim Chu lang ang malakas. March 15. I don't know. First few days, wow! Bakasyon grande! Enjoy natin to. Dating hindi ka mapirmi sa bahay, mapipirmi ka sa bahay. Nice. Ang gagawin? Nood ng TV. Hindi ko laging ginagawa, manood ng TV kasi lagi akong wala sa bahay. So, hindi ko na-appreciate yung entertainment part ng Netflix, etc. But I have to tell you, kung nag-enjoy ako ng first few days, pagdating ng 1 week, 2 weeks, sabi ko, mukhang nakakabaliw na nag-stay ka na wala kang ginagawa, wala kang productivity. And I thought, parang hindi na maganda to. Because my wishful thinking was, after 1 month, wala na yung virus. After 1 month, contained na yan. Or maybe 2 months, okay na yan. And I was in that alternate reality. So ideal na matatapos to kaagad. And babalik tayo sa normal. And dumating yung first month, second month, third month, more than 1 year, and we are still here, right? Yeah. Okay naman, respectful naman yung mga comments. Good. Okay lang yan. Hindi naman tayo na-offend ng mga ganyang comment. Guys, come on, express yourself. But be respectful nga daw. Kaya lang, sige, okay lang yan. Wala tayong masyadong problema dyan sa mga sana all na yan ni Jana. Oo. Ganun talaga. Syempre kayo, mga Gen Z kayo eh. Yung language ninyo, sometimes na may misunderstand yan ng mga other generations as disrespectful or something like that. Sa akin hindi. Welcome yan. Welcome yan mga sakalam. Sakalam. Kaya kumakalam sikmura nyo, puro kayo sakalam. Oo. But I appreciate your yung inyong paalala, ha? Okay, sige. Diretso lang tayo sa kwentuhan. So ako, bilang hindi madalas manood ng mga television shows or mga series, man ako talagang pakialam dyan sa mga series until nangyari na nga yung quarantine. So ito, aminin ko na, atin na lang to. Para wala na lang makalabas. Although nasa YouTube tayo. Alam nyo bang natapos ko yung Crash Landing on You na yan? Saka yung Descendants of the Sun, saka yung Empress Key. Anak, Diyos ko, ang dami kong napanood na series. Alam mo yung parang hindi ko naisip na nagawa ko. Yung tipong alas 3 na madaling araw, I was lying on my couch in the Salle. And then, hagulhul talaga ako. Naku, maniwala kayo sa akin. Minsan naawa ko sa sarili ko, bakit nagkaganon? And the reason for that, I guess, is in the next few weeks after that declaration of ECQ, I became a bum. Useless, unproductive, undirected, uninspired. Yung motivational figure na ako, totally nawala. Yung very cool na ako, nawala. Yung masaya na ako, nawala. First few weeks ng quarantine, hindi ako yung nafe-feel at nakikita nyo ngayon. It was a different Lloyd Luna back then. I became a bum. Wala akong productivity. But I thought this is a clear case of disruption. And what do we mean by disruption? Bagay na nakaugalian, bagay na nakasanayan, bagay kung saan ka komportable. Totally tinanggal yon at nireplace yon ng bagong bagay na either kailangan kang mag-adapt or patuloy ka lang masasaktan. Disruption in many levels. Disruption in my career, in my business, disruption in churches. Hindi ka na makapagmisa na may tao magla-livestream si Father. Disruption sa mga relationships because you can no longer see each other. So I assume maraming mga relationships ang nasira, nag-break, kasi hindi nakayanan ang social distancing. Social distancing sa relationship ngayon, milya-milya yung layo. And I thought disruption is where you get frustrated and disappointed. Sometimes nagagalit ka sa mundo, bakit nagkaganito? Sana okay pa kami kung walang pandemic, sana okay pa yung business ko, sana okay pa yung pag-aaral ko kung hindi lang dahil sa pandemic na ito. And I understand those feelings because they are valid regardless if they are negative emotions. They are valid emotions regardless if they are not good. And if it doesn't make you feel good, it's still valid. And I came to that point na experience ko ito. And the reason I'm saying this because when disruption is real, so is my understanding that everybody has to move on. Naiintindihan natin yung frustration, naiintindihan natin yung nasira, naiintindihan natin yung mga nawala. Some of us probably buhay ng kamag-anak, kaibigan nawala due to COVID-19. But I also understand everybody has to move on. And interestingly, iba-iba tayo ng timeline sa pag-move on. Yung mga taong after heartbreak, 3 days naka-move on na sila. Yung iba 1 month, I don't know, 3 months. Yung iba 1 year, yung iba 3 years, yung iba hindi na naka-move on. But everybody has to move on regardless kung ano yung time frame nila. Now, the reason I'm saying this because disruption is not forever. The situation we're in right now, this is temporary. Mahaba lang pero temporary. Hindi mawawala yung ating magagandang tanawin. Hindi mawawala yung ating mga beaches, yung ating hagdang-hagdang palayan. Hindi mawawala yung ating hospitality. It was put into a halt, natigil, pero hindi siya mawawala. Humihinga ang nature. Who knows, pag travel natin next, it will be the best Boracay ever. Because nakahinga siya. Many other places. But everybody has to move on. So, April 25 in my case, paano ako mag-move on? I remember 2010 to 2015, meron akong regular TV show sa Global News Network. At bilang frustrated na ako, hindi ko na alam gawin ko. Ano pwede kong gawin? Sabi ko, live stream. Will I be successful at that? I don't know. Kailangan ko lang may gawin. Bored na ako. Pagod na akong mapagod. Pagod na akong mabored. Pagod na akong walang ginagawa. Pagod na akong wala akong kwenta. Because yun yung feeling ko sa sarili ko. I was useless, irrelevant, and nothing. No one will ask for my motivational speech because everybody at that time was doing their own thing, trying to survive. Looking for security and safety. April 25, I started my first live streaming. I had the show entitled The Big Picture. 1.3K views at the time. Then sabi nung isa, very inspirational and very funny, enjoyable yung stream. So I thought, hold on. Nawala yung stage ko kung saan ako nag-i-inspire ng tao. Then again, my live streaming platform na pwede ko palang gawin yung ginagawa ko dati. In another form, in another medium. Lo and behold, that particular day had influenced the next days in my life. Because as we speak now, I was able to complete 12 seasons of the show. I was able to have 216 episodes that you can see in one picture. I'm going to open my season 13 on Monday. Now I thought, wow, hindi ka magiging sure kung mag-work. But in a crisis situation, you have to do it. Because wala kang choice kundi mag-experiment. Maybe I was lucky, but also maybe because hindi ako umalis dun sa strength ko. I realized then na yung mission ko bilang isang motivational speaker, yun pa din, but the platform in which I do it, na iba na. In this case, live streaming. Of course, I had to what? I had to learn the new skill of being able to present myself as an anchor, a TV host. So, ako yung nag-aral ng lighting, ako yung nag-aral ng audio, nag-aral ng setup, nag-aral ng technology ng what we are using right now, StreamYard technology. So I said, ako pa din to, pero iba na yung platform na ginagamit ko para magawa ko yung aking original mission. So what I realized also then is that there is a thin line between coincidence and fate. Coincidence depends on luck. Fate depends on hard work. Luck runs out eventually. But hard work pays off in time. And even if hard work does not give you exactly what you hope for, at least you know in the process, it makes you a better person. Hindi ko hihintayin na mabago ako if I have the power to influence the change and the transformation process that I have at the moment. Mas gusto ko yung fate. The harder I work, I know, mas maganda yung fate ko. At alam ko, kahit masakit na mag-aral ulit ako, because many people didn't realize this, yung pag-aaral ng bagong technology took me a long time to study. Hindi madali yung may bago kang setup. At hindi nakikita ng tao. Nakikita ng tao, basically, kung ano na yung product. Pero kung paano siya ginawa, mahirap, hindi. So, another transformation process, May 15, 3 days after my birthday, hindi ko nasasabihin kung ilang taon ako. May 15. Sabi ko, bakit kaya hindi ako gumawa ng isang channel na? Yung tipong hindi lang ako yung host or hindi lang isang show. Gusto ko maraming show. True enough, after that decision, I was able to influence my friends and friends of friends at gumawa din sila ng kanilang sariling show. As we speak now, we just celebrated our 1 year in business. Our first anniversary happened May 15, a few days ago, at meron na kaming more than 30 live streaming shows para kami naging future ng TV. And on May 15, nangyari sa Pilipinas ang kauna-unahang 24-hour non-stop live stream ng iba't ibang shows. TNC lang po yung nakagawa nun sa history. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng pumalakpak. Thank you. Wala na talaga ako naririnig. Anyway, iyak na lang. No? 1,000 plus episodes, not bad. 2.4 million na po yan ngayon. 2.4 million views, 22,000 organic followers. Kung nakadaan kayo sa EDSA, sa C5, sa NAIA Expressway, sa Quirino Highway, at iba't iba pang mga major thoroughfares dito sa Metro Manila, nagkalat yung aming electronic billboard. I thought, woo! At makita nyo dun sa EDSA, Guadalupe Bridge, nandun yung isang electronic billboard. Just katabi ko BTS. Yan. Katabi ko yung BTS. Muntik na ako mapagkamalan na extra. Extra naman talaga. But I think what happened there was also an opportunity for me to recover. Yung nawalang 2.5 million sa aking pagsasalita, nakuha namin gross revenue dun sa The New Channel or TNC, 2.5 million. Not to mention the opportunity for us to inspire more people in a new platform called live streaming. Thank you so much sa inyong round of applause. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Maraming salamat. What I realized then is that the third phase is creation. From disruption to realization to creation. Pag na-realize mo na mayroon ka pwedeng gawin at kaya mong gawin in your particular situation, paano natin ayusin paano tayo makaka-recover as far as our tourism industry is concerned? Ayun, meeting of the minds na kayo. You can create something new. Bagong proseso. Nakita natin kanina sa mga ads ng DOT. Nakita natin yung bagong normal on how travel is done and how your tourism business is going to perform in the next couple of years. Bagong services, bagong products, bagong strategy, I tell you, you can create something new for yourself. And that said, bubuin ko yung tinatawag kong intentional transformation framework that can be applied as a student in your particular work. Kung businessman ka, ganun din. Sa relationship mo, ganun din. Lagi lamang tatlo yung tatandaan ninyong phases ng transformation. Una, disruption. Hindi natin naiiwasan ng disruption because every once in a while, may darating na bago. Naging obvious lang ang disruption ngayon because global scale yung naging disruption because of the virus. But disruption happens every day, paunti-unti. Kaya lang tayo bilang tao, bakit natin gagawin ng online learning? Pwede naman tayong pumasok physically, face-to-face. Bakit? Ang hirap kasi niyang online eh. We have denied ourselves with the technology at hand prior to pandemic. Ayaw nating matuto online kasi baka hindi tayo matuto. Guess what? Ano nangyari ngayon? We were forced by the disruption. We were forced to level up our game and to rise above the occasion because of disruption. Kasi may mga bagay na nagulo. Sa relationship ninyo ganun, okay na okay kayo ngayon, may papasok na possible third party. Ano mangyayari ngayon? Madidisrupt yung relationship ninyo until you realize, tayo pa mahal pa natin ng isa't isa eh. So, hayaan mo yan. Kung ikaw yung nagawa ng pagkakamali, magpapatawad ka, marirealize mo na, okay pa pala kayo. So, na-disrupt, na-realize na okay pa kayo, good to go pa, ano ang next? You're able to create a new relationship na bago na. Kasi nakapagpatawaran na kayo eh. Ganon din sa iba't ibang klase ng aspeto ng buhay ninyo or ng negosyo. I'm saying this because this is universal. Lahat ng mga bagong magagawa ninyo, sa second cycle, madi-disrupt ulit. Only to lead you to realization. May marirealize ka na naman. Makakapag-create ka na naman ng bago. Yung bago mo na-create, i-challenge na naman, madi-disrupt ka na naman, marirealize mo na naman, makakapag-create ka naman ng bago. This is the intentional transformation framework. If you know where you are in this particular framework, alam mo kung anong next na gagawin mo. Kung hindi ka pa talaga convinced na this is the future, nandiyan ka pa sa disruption stage. Pero ang ilan sa inyo, nandun na sa creation, may mga ginagawa ng adjustments, well and good. But you have to know exactly where you are in this framework. Otherwise, you will get a loss. Hindi mo alam kung ano yung susunod sa susunod at ano ang sinusundan ng alin. Now, before I continue, I don't know if I still have the time. Tell me if I still have the time. Because there is one more. Kung gusto niyo pa ng kwento, please say yes. Kung gusto niyo pa ng kwento. Yes? Ito, mga 3 minutes or 5 minutes na lang. Kwento. Type yes sa ating YouTube live chat. Yes, sabi ni Jana. Okay. Pag chismis talaga, ano? Yes na yes. But wait, there's more! There's more. Mabilis na lang to. Parang ang tawag dito is bonus na lang. Thank you, Celine. Thank you, Maynard. Reina, Riena, Jericho. Okay, good. pinangarap ko maging piloto nung araw, nung bata pa ako. Kaya lang may dalawang major hurdles. Number one, takot ako sa height. Number two, wala kaming pang tuition. Mahal kasi. So, yung particular reasons na yon, imposible ka maging piloto. And growing up sa isang probinsya, sa Quezon Province, I don't know kung may mga taga Quezon Province dito. Kung may mga taga Quezon Province dito, di kaway-kaway. Nagsasaranggola kami noon. Tapos, yun yung time na sa palayan, sasaranggola ka. Makikita mo sa blue sky, may guguhit na puti, parang chalk. Ang tawag daw doon ay jet. Jet daw ang tawag doon. Ako naman, ng bata pa, okay, jet. Paano ba nakakasakay dyan? So, in my very young mind at the time, it's impossible for me to even be in a plane. Kasi parang no chance. Nasa probinsya tayo. Wala. And time went on. Pero yung aking interest at yung aking maybe somehow still desire sa aviation somehow partly na-fulfill during the pandemic because I made a decision on August 22. On August 22, I said, I'm going to try something that I have never tried before. I'm going to immerse myself in a situation, in a program na wala akong alam kung anong expectation ko. At hindi ko alam kung mapapagtagumpayan ko ba. I challenged myself to explore something that I never thought I could even survive. August 22, I enlisted myself as part of the Philippine Air Force. During the pandemic, we did a military-grade training sa Clark Air Base. Pagdating namin doon, dalawang bus kami, pagdating namin doon, umpisa na agad ng training, kalahating araw pa lang, gusto ko nang umuwi dahil mahirap pala. At walang effect kung sino ka man, Lloyd Luna ka man, pag pinag-push up ka, magpo-push up ka. I said, my goodness. At hindi ko nakikwento sa inyo kung gaano kahirap because probably you can get some ideas by just looking at the photos that you are seeing on screen right now. Yung takot ako sa height, yung 3 palapag na yan, yung ladder na yan, naakyat ko yan at nakababa ako dun sa kabilang side. Wala akong choice kundi mo baba. Kasi nung nasa tok-tok na ako, humahaba na yung pila. What people don't see just sa picture na yan is yung emotional toll sa akin. Psychologically. Yung physical stress na idinulot ng training. But you know what happened there was wonderful. Because after that, it was a total transformation of myself. Yung leadership na alam ko nadagdagan. Yung patriotism na mababaw for me mas naging malalim. Yung pagiging part ng military is something na hindi ko pinagsisihan regardless kung ano nangyari sa akin during the training at the time. Hindi madali, sobrang hirap, but I realized I was able to transform myself again. This time from a civilian to a member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. But what I realized then is something really, really important for you to understand as well. In our training, I realized that we cannot choose the terrain where we fight. But we can choose to fight in that terrain. You cannot tell your enemies na bumaba sa kapatagan at dun kayo magbarilan. Kasi dun kayo komportable at dun kayo magaling. In reality, sa military, kung nasan ang kalaban, pupuntahan mo yung kung nasan terrain at ano yung terrain doon, dun ka mag-strategize kung paano mo sila matatalo. COVID-19 pandemic. This is a terrain that nobody wanted to be in. This is a terrain na hindi natin ginusto. But then again, this is the terrain that we are operating right now. we have an opportunity and the power to choose how we can fight in this terrain, in this particular terrain, in this particular challenge. So anong itinuturo ko sa inyo exactly yung hapong ito? The skill of consistently, intentionally transforming yourself. Being able to adapt, being able to adjust, being able to accept the reality as it is, not as it was or you wish it to be. The skill of being able to free yourself from wishful thinking. Hindi ka lang, matatapos din to, kaya to. Because right now, may magagawa ka. Pwede kang mag-start ng blogging website, pwede kang mag-start ng YouTube, pwede kang mag-start ng live, pwede mong i-reintroduce sa tao kung ano yung mga gandang tanawin sa iyong mga localities. There are so many things that you can still do despite dun sa limitations and restrictions na meron tayo. But it takes some determined and committed individuals to do that. Because transformation process, especially if it is intentional, is something that will demand so much from you. Time, talent, treasure. But this is the only way that we can win. And I bet this is the only way that you can save your generation from whatever impact that this pandemic has caused your industry. Mahirap tingnan yung susunod na 2, 3, 5 taon, 10 taon. At makita na it will be a wonderful, wonderful future ahead of you. Because what we have right now will discourage you from seeing the wonderful future that you can have. But please hear me out. It is within your power to influence your own transformation process that can help your industry recover from the ruins of this global crisis. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Wow! Thank you very much, Mr. Luna, for an enlightening and inspiring presentation. That was plenty of food for our thoughts.
Definitely, sir. All of our participants are now empowered to embody the new standards of our industry. And now we will proceed to our Q&A session.
Okay, so everyone, for those of you who want to ask Mr. Luna, you may send them in through our interactive tool. Please open mentimeter.com on your devices and use the code. It's 5337-1285. Again, it's 5337-1285. Or you may just refer to the set of numbers sent to our chat box. You may start sending your questions now. How about you, Renee? Do you have any question for our speaker?
Actually, I do have a question for Mr. Luna. My
As
question for you,
long
sir.
as long as
Eh,
as long as it is not mathematics, please, Renee.
Got you, sir. So my question for you is, what do you think is the biggest challenge being faced by Generation Z that hinders them from realizing their full potential during these times?
I don't think there is something that hinders Gen Z. because Gen Z are so much into getting it. I think you have the get-go mentality. You will get it. You will get it. I have a 7-year-old daughter. Wala hindi. Talo yung millennial Talo yung millennial. Talagang nakukuha at nakukuha. But I thought, siguro, yung discipline. Discipline on choosing kung saan ka talaga dapat nag-excel. Kasi because of the choices that you have right now, Gen Zs, you have a lot of choices in front of you. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. You want this, and you want this, and you want that, and you want also that. Parang gusto nyo gawin lahat, but because anyway, nasa nyo naman lahat. Which in the longer, in the longer term, it can do more damage for you. Kasi hindi maganda yung wala kang nabibuild for yourself. And it takes discipline to do that. Yung mag-commit ka sa isa, and hopefully ma-perfect mo yon hanggang dulo. But again, because of the available choices that you have right now, right in your fingertips, tingin ko yun yung hurdle na kailangan yung mapagtagumpayan. I understand you have a lot of options in front of you, but I also understand you have to make up your mind what exactly you want to be and how you intend to become that person in the future.
Thank you so much, Sir Lloyd. And now we will be reading some of the questions from our viewers, our participants.
Okay, so for the first question, Mr. Lloyd, there is a saying that kids are the future of tomorrow. What encouraging words can you say to bring hope to the youth?
None. Next question. joke lang. Nasagutin natin yan. Ito naman, nagtampo ka agad si Direk. Direk, ibalik mo yung number 1. Balik tayo yung number 1. Ano yung question? Wala na? Okay, sige. Alam ko yung question. Nandito. Buti na lang meron tayong backup dito. I think you are not the future. Kids are also the present. This is not to say na mali si Jose Rizal lang sabihin niya ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan or ang kinabukasan ng bayan ay ang kabataan. I feel that kids, Gen Z, are also the present. You are also the present because may mga contributions kami na nakukuha sa inyo. So hindi ko sasabihin na useless pa kayo at the moment kasi bata pa kayo, mag-aral muna kayo, wala pa kayong magagawa. No! Kids these days, yung pag-aaral niyo na mabuti, yung pag-discover niyo sa technology, yung pagiging strategic thinker ninyo, yung pagiging tech-savvy ninyo, these are contributions to the world. And tomorrow cannot wait for it. So sana maging responsible kayo kung ano yung mga ibinigay sa inyo because you are not the future. You are also the present. So I hope I was able to give some encouraging words sa kids. I tell you, hindi kayo future. You are also the now of this country.
Thank
di
you
ba?
so much. Wow,
Diba?
that's a great
Thank
answer,
you, Mr.
sir.
Luna.
Thank you, sir. Our next question for you is, what is the most important skill that a professional in the modern world should possess?
Medyo madami kasi kung sinasabi mo skill pero sige. Universal na lang ang sagot ko. Communication skill. Life is a communications business. Kahit anong galing mo, kahit anong ganda ng produkto mo, kahit anong ganda ng service mo, kung hindi mo siya kayang i-communicate sa iba, I think it will really be difficult for you to succeed. Life is a communications business. Kahit anong industry ka pa, laging may involved na communication. Transferring of one idea to another. Transferring of knowledge from one person to another. Transferring of one experience to another. Especially in your case, sa tourism sector. So communication skill is probably the most important skill, especially this time, in our history.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Luna. So for the next question, in your opinion, Mr. Luna, what is the most important, being practical or being optimistic?
The question is wrong. Max, may ganun. the, question, the question is wrong. Why? Being practical can mean at the moment. Being optimistic has something to do with the future. So you can be practical today and still be optimistic about the future. So I cannot choose.
Okay, sir. Our next question. So, one of the common issues today for Gen Z is the lack of motivation and depression. And what can you say about these issues and how do you think it can be avoided?
Oh no! I am referring to myself as a parent. Do not force your kids to be what they are more than capable of being. Wag nating ipwarsahin yung Gen Z sa expectation nating masyadong mataas. Lagyan natin sila ng guide, but let us not box them. Nakaka-depress sa mga bata yung sobrang taas ng expectation natin sa kanila. Wag ganon. We have to learn to communicate with them. Nasa parents ito depression. Hindi madidepress ang mga bata, ang Gen Z, kung well-guided sila ng mga parents nila. Especially kagaya kong millennial parent, or kung may mga Gen X parent pa din. Depression is nangyayari because maybe too much na pag-pressure sa kanila, or maybe walang time na i-guide sila, which I hope na-solve ng pandemic kasi lahat tayo nasa bahay na. We spend a lot of time. Ako, tinuturuan ko yung baby ko. In fact, alam niyo ba yung baby ko na grade 1, Diyos ko, ang bihira. Talagang ako yung nagsasagot minsan ng kanyang mga assignment. Mga ganyan, alam mo yung bumalik ako sa grade 1, Diyos ko. Pambihira yung mga fraction na yan, mga mga addition, multiplication. At hindi ko pa minsan na-perfect yung exam. But, kidding aside, yeah, it has more to do sa akin dun sa guardians or parents. Very important. Teachers, very important din. Pero, para dun sa mga Gen Z, kayo din naman, ang advice ko naman sa mga Gen Z, para maiwasan nyo yung depression or lack of motivation, stop comparing yourself with your peers. Meron siyang bagong gadget, dapat meron din ako. No! Ito siya, dapat ganito din ako. No! Understand your uniqueness as your power. And life will be easier for you. Huwag mo i-compare yung sarili mo dun sa iba. Stop comparing yourself with others. Because it will not help. Don't force yourself to be perfect because regardless kung nasang generation ka, nobody is really perfect. Huwag mong puwersahin yung sarili mo more than dun sa kaya mong gawin at the moment. Huwag ka rin magmadali. Kasi ang naglalakad ng matulin, sa simbahan pa rin ang tuloy. Parang hindi yata yun. Parang ang naglalakad ng matulin, ang natinig ay malalim. Pero sa hospital ang tuloy. Pag magmadali, you have so many opportunities and chances and time ahead of you. Enjoy the moment without losing yourself. I hope that helps.
Thank you, sir. I definitely agree with that. And we have another question. Good afternoon, Sir Lloyd. Any advice po when it comes to setting up your plan B, plan C, or plan D? Thanks po.
The thing about having plan B, C, and D is that it's tempting for you to abandon plan A. So I don't have any plan B or C or D. I just have plan A and I make it work. Ngayon kung walang-wala na talaga, and then I decide at the moment kung ano pwede kong gawin the best way I can. Nawawalan ako ng focus kasi yung pag hindi naman ito nag-work, meron pa naman ako dito, di ba? Pag hindi yan, meron pa ako isa. So I think hindi siya compelling sa akin. So yeah, I don't have any plan B, C, or D. I'm sorry.
That's a
Okay,
great,
sir.
that's
Thank
still a
you.
great strategy, sir. Thank you so much.
So for our next question, sir, how do you keep yourself inspired and motivated at times like this?
Um, I told you na hindi ako motivated dun sa first few weeks ng pandemic, right? But right now, when I see you getting inspired by what I do, I think it's good motivation for me to move on and become better and continue my best work. So I get inspiration from the people who see me, from the people who listen to me, from the people who watch me, from the people who read my books. I get inspiration from that. Yung may silbi pala ako. Yung nakikita ko na yung aking usefulness is in the works. Na yung mission ko is something na nagagawa ko and I'm able to touch people's lives and their hearts, and I'm able to somehow give them the spark, the inspiration that they need so they too can move on with their lives. So yun yung nag-i-inspire sa akin. So important sa akin na makita kayo na masaya. Yeah, important sa akin na makita yung mga comments ninyo. Important sa akin yung mga emojis ninyo, because I thought that, wow, today I'm able to do my mission and hopefully get inspired. So yeah, that's what keeps me inspired. Not to mention, syempre, yung aking family dito, yung aking dalawang kiddo. But other than that, I owe a lot sa mga taong tumatangkilik sa akin. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
It's
thank
very
you.
important to remember your purpose. Thank you so much. Our next question is, how can we overcome the feeling of being tired or getting tired? Or rather, being tired of getting tired.
Siguro yung nagtanong nito sobrang pagod na, no? Kasi tired din siya ng
Yes, sir.
pagod.
Parang nga po.
Ramdam ko yung pagod mo.
Pagod na po siya.
Pagod ka. I don't know if you've heard. On the seventh day, nagpahinga ang Diyos. So I'm saying this because normal human beings should also do the same. Follow the leadership model. Magpahinga. Disconnect yourself from the world. Unplug your Wi-Fi. Drain your cell phone battery. Or just relax. And reflect. And ask yourself questions like, how do I move on from here? Am I still okay? Do I have what I need to be happy? If not, what are the things that make me happy? What are the things that fulfill me? What are the things that make me smile? I mean, these questions, little questions. But you have to take a rest. Kailangan mo magpahinga kasi kahit ang Justice League members ay may off-season din. Minsan lang sila magkita-kita sa isang pelikula. The rest, nagpapahinga din sila for sure. And we know that for a fact. Hindi pa pwedeng dire-diretso. Kailangan mo ng pahinga. At ang pagpapahinga, hindi ibig sabihin ay sumuko ka na. Pwede kang magpahinga na hindi ka sumusuko. And I think yun yung magandang dapat mong ginagawa. Nagpapahinga, pero hindi sumusuko. Kailangan mo lang mag-recharge. At nangyayari sa lahat yan. Nangyayari sa akin, nangyayari sa mga kaibigan ko, nangyayari sa kahit na sino. Darating sa point na mapapagod ka. Pero hindi ka dapat sumusuko kung alam mo na nasa tama kang ipinaglalaban. So I hope that helps.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
advice,
Pastor
sir.
Luna.
Andrea, would you mind reading our last question for this open
Sure,
forum?
Renee. So for our last question, Mr. Luna, when this pandemic comes to an end, would you still choose to be a virtual speaker? If yes, why?
Oh! Of course, I will! Can you imagine, wala akong gastos sa gasolina? Wala akong gastos sa pagkain. And the money, guys, the money is just net of taxes. Well, that's the business side. But the reason I'm saying yes is because kanina umaga, nasa Bicol ako. Pagkatapos ko magtanghalian, nandito ako sa Batangas. I can travel the world without leaving my room. I can influence more people by just simply sitting here. So end of the pandemic, I will still choose the virtual, but it didn't say that I will abandon the face-to-face because I won't abandon the face-to-face. I'm going to support the tourism industry by still traveling, but at the same time, doing the virtual. So I'm with you.
Yes, so
Thank you
with
so
all
much,
of
Mr.
the
Luna.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. With all of the straightforward and well defined answers, I think we covered all of the questions. Thank you once again, Mr. Luna, for sharing all your relevant insights.
Okay, so now to show our gratitude to our keynote speaker, let us now move on to the awarding of certificates. Renee, would you like to do the honors?
My pleasure, Andrea.
Everyone, here is Miss Renee Colleen Santa Teresa, our very own MICE Class External Executive Head, to do the honor of reading the citation.
De La Salipa College of International Hospitality and Tourism Management, MICE 2 Class 2021. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Mr. Lloyd Luna for sharing his valuable knowledge and time as a guest speaker in the DLSL Tourism Interactive Conference Talk 2021 with the theme To Recovery and Beyond, given this 29th day of May 2021 via YouTube live stream. Signed by Christiana Joy Tilinganay, our overall executive head, Chef Patrick Henry Maravilla, our advisor for MICE class, Miss Jeneline A. Verona, our tourism management program chairperson for SITEM, and of course, Dr. Joy S. Zapata, our college dean for SITEM. Truly, our event this afternoon is significant, most especially for the future tourism and hospitality professionals.
That's
Yeah,
right, Renee.
and in behalf of myself and me, I would like to accept your e-certificate. Thank you.
Once
Thank you
again,
so
thank you
much,
so much,
sir.
Mr. Lloyd Luna. Okay, so at this juncture, let us listen to the heartfelt message of appreciation from the MICE Class Overall Executive Head, Ms. Christiana Joy Tilinganay.
To recovery and beyond. This statement embodies the drive of the student organizers who have done their best to make this gathering possible. The world has and continues to suffer from sizable losses and setbacks due to the COVID 19. Not least among those setbacks is the shock of the travel and tourism sector. As 90% of the global population adjusted to life under travel restrictions, and others stayed home in fear of the virus itself, the sector came to a near total standstill. Yet, travel and tourism leaders have remained strong and steadfast in the face of adversity. Our industry will return, and we make sure that as the sector grows again, we will create future ready tourism and hospitality leaders. With this, our class have been able to hold such an important gathering to enable students to nurture their competencies, skills, and passion in preparation as they enter in the industry shifting towards the better normal, and empower Gen Zs to become the best frontliners in Philippine tourism industry despite the present barriers. On behalf of the Tourism Management MICE class of 2021, I am extending our deepest gratitude to the people who have graced the event with their presence as they are here virtually to witness the occasion today. Also, I would like to acknowledge the College of International Tourism and Hospitality Management Dean, Dr. Joy S. Zapata, and Tourism Management Program Chair, Ms. Angeline A. Verona, for helping us to make this event more meaningful and supported us along the way. This event would not be possible without the help of our advisor, Chef Patrick Henry V. Maravilla, as he guided and empowered us in this journey as we face challenges in preparing this event.
I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my family and friends who have become my source of strength as I take on this journey. Lastly, the Lord Almighty who has bestowed upon His greatness, blessing, and guidance as we went through the execution of this event. Most importantly, kudos to my fellow batchmates and organizers who have become the lifeblood of this event. Our journey has definitely not been easy, but all the sacrifices has paid off very well as we celebrate the success of this event. We remained united in facing an unprecedented challenge. Finally, we can say we nailed it. Today, as we become a tool for empowering tourism and hospitality leaders, this moment will forever be etched in our hearts, and hopefully, someday we will look back to this day positively and thank God that we have become part of this celebration. This might mark the approaching end of the days that we will spend in this institution. But keep in mind that our journey does not end here. Gear up and show the world all the best that you've got. Stay in Saitem and you'll go places. Animo Saitem, Animo La Salle.
Congratulations and thank you for your kind words, Kiana. Indeed, all our hard work and determination for this event to be successful definitely paid off.
And for our closing remarks, let us hear it from our dedicated MICE class advisor, Chef Patrick Henry V. Marvilla, who has been with us since the beginning of our journey in this event's planning and management, followed by a video showcasing the persons behind this wonderful event. From planning to implementing, they are the ones who exerted efforts and made this event possible with their brains, sweat, time, and tears. Let us give it up for Chef Patrick and the Tourism Management MICE 2 class of school year 2020-2021.
Good afternoon, LaSallians. It's still overwhelming to witness the creativity and deftness of our current third-year BS Tourism Management students. To continue the legacy of hosting the tourism conference, this year it bears the theme Tour Recovery and Beyond, an avenue for students to acquire essential skills such as adaptability and leadership skills, and additional knowledge to equip them in their future career. A clear manifestation that the tourism and hospitality industry is a vibrant and a forefront in promoting a culture of excellence. Nothing compares to the endless support and cooperation of everyone to make this event happen. It goes without saying, it goes beyond words how much SITEM appreciates all your efforts in making Tourism Conference an emblem of unity and teamwork. We are grateful with all the generous gestures extended to us by our venerable institution, Della Lipa. From the top administrators, our dedicated SITEM Dean, Dr. Joy S. Zapata, our devoted Tourism Management Program Chair, Ms. Adrenaline A. Varona, down to the faculty and staff, not only of the college, but also those from the other units of the school. Likewise, to our vibrant speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Lloyd Luna, thank you very much. To our senior BS Tourism Management MICE 2 students, headed by the overall chair for this event, Ms. Kiana Linganay, congratulations and my deepest appreciation for you have created another history. And last but not the least, to our dear SITEM students, may all the wonderful experiences and wisdom gained in this evocative undertaking inspire you to extra mile as you have teach minds, touch hearts, and transform lives. Again, I express my deepest gratitude to everyone who made this event meaningful and triumphant. May we continue to provide the youth and our students a brighter future as inspired by our patron saint, Saint John Baptist de la Salle. Thank you very much. Stick with SITEM and you go places. Animo La Salle, Animo SITEM.
Thank you very much, Chef Pat. Your guidance and support have been priceless for this momentous day. And thank you everyone from MICE2 class of school year 2020-2021.
Yes, thank you so much, Chef Pat. And now for the event's online evaluation, kindly refer to the link or scan the QRO that you can see on your screens. And those who successfully answer the evaluation will automatically receive an e-certificate in your email account.
In this instance, we are requesting everyone to maintain the silence as we conclude this event with a prayer to be led by MICE Class Executive Secretary, Ms. Shireen L.J. Soriano.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege of being able to share this wonderful event together. Thank you for your presence with us today. As we end this program together, we want to give honor to you. Thank you for all the magnificent blessings that you've done and given to every each of us. May you bless our guest speakers, special guests, faculty and staff, organizers, and participants who joined us today and make this event possible. Let your hand of protection be on them. Let the work done here come to fruition, and let it be all for your glory. We also pray together that we get back to the pre-pandemic days where we can spend and gather time together physically. Please bless, guide, and come watch over us as we continue to follow you. Let us all pray the Lasallian prayer. I will continue, O my God, to do all my actions for the love of you. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
With pride and honor, let us all sing our alma mater song.
Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up our event. A big thank you to everyone who tuned in to our event, DLSL TikTok 2021,
TOURecovery and Beyond. We hope you will put into practice all the lessons that you learned from this event. The future is indeed bright for sure. This has been your host, Renee.
And Andrea.
Now, signing off. Thank you and
Thank you
good day.
and good day.